What up, dudes? I'm Ninja, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Death Adder SMG. And is this the new Recluse? Is this what's going to replace the Recluse? So I'm going to be talking about all the different viable roles, what perks you can get on this weapon, and giving my honest opinion on whether or not I believe this gun will be what we're using in the future when Recluse gets sunset in September. So, yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into this video. So, first things first. Do I think this gun is going to replace the Recluse? No, I do not. Not at all. The Recluse is special. It is a one-of-a-kind weapon with a perk that just makes it extremely powerful. And for a weapon to replace the Recluse in terms of like be equal to the Recluse, we would need another pinnacle type weapon, and the Death Adder is not that. Now, the Death Adder is a 900 RPM energy submachine gun, which 900 RPM energy subs are instantly just pretty strong. But there are some major flaws with the Death Adder, and the biggest being that there are no damage perks on the Death Adder. There's no kill clip, no multi-kill clip, no rampage, no swashbuckler. Not a single damage buffing perk. In my opinion, that is awful. It is not a good thing. It is not what you want. Damage perks are what make weapons great in Destiny, and this thing has none. Then the second negative part about this weapon. It has one reload perk, Feeding Frenzy. And yeah, Feeding Frenzy used to be amazing until this season, when Bungie decided to nerf it into the ground. It is now by far the worst reload perk in the game. They changed it from being like you get a kill, it has a instantly maximum reload speed, to now that it has stacks per kill, and it goes all the way up to ×5. The ×5 reload speed is slower than what its single base reload speed used to be. So you have to get 5 kills, and it's still not as good as it once was. Now, forget damage buffing perks, forget reload speed perks. Its overall perk combinations, what are available on this weapon, are just not very good. Again, Feeding Frenzy is probably the best overall perk on this weapon, and again, Feeding Frenzy just isn't very good now. If you have any other possible reload perk, I would choose that. You might even notice that in the video, I'm not really reloading. I am taking advantage of transversive steps because Feeding Frenzy is that bad. It's not worth it. But it is, again, the best possible perk. The role that I have is Feeding Frenzy, Disruption Break. Disruption Break is, a lot of people would say that it would be the best possible role, and the only reason why people are saying that is a good role is because Disruption Break is pretty good in Master Nightmares, because when you break a champion, like a barrier champion's shields, it'll buff your Izanagi shot to the point where you could solo kill a champion. That's about it. That's the only place where Death Adder is kinda good. Outside of that, this weapon just doesn't feel special. The one thing I do like about it is the sight. The sight is cool. It's a pretty looking gun as well. But yeah, outside of that, I just don't think Death Adder is very good. And again, this isn't really like me comparing it to Recluse. This is me just comparing it to any submachine gun in the game, any 900 RPM. There are plenty of other 900 RPMs that are so much better. The Bug Out Bag being one of them. The Bug Out Bag is way better. You also have the Subjunctive from Vex Offensive that is just overall better. And last but not least, you have the Every Waking Moment, which is not even a 900 RPM, but that also just feels better. Unfortunately, these two that I named, or these three that I named, are not going forward, so herein lies the problem. So people are trying to find a replacement for Recluse looking at submachine guns. There are only 3 possible weapon choices. Death Adder being one of them. You have the 7th Seraph sub from last season, which is a 600, which just, it does not feel good in my opinion. It feels extremely underwhelming and underpowered. And then last but not least, you have the Cold Front, which is the submachine gun from the Dawning. These are the only 3 subs, as far as we know, as of right now, that are going forward in September. And so you don't have a lot of choices. In my opinion, Cold Front is the best option. Cold Front is a 750, which is that weird unique archetype. Oh, sorry, I forgot a sub. There's also the Icalo sub that comes out this year. At some point this season. We haven't gotten it yet. But also it doesn't have good perk combinations. But yeah, anyways, so in my opinion, Cold Front is the strongest of all these subs. It's my recommendation for if you had to choose a submachine gun going into September. For a couple reasons. It's actually a pretty powerful sub. It has great perk combinations. It has kill clip. I think it has osmosis, which is one of my favorite perks in the game. It does have feeding frenzy, and again, unfortunately, feeding frenzy did get nerfed, so you do have to deal with that. But yeah, I don't know. I like Cold Front, and I also like that it's in the primary slot. Now, hear me out. Most people are trying to get a secondary because they're replacing Recluse, but they're forgetting the only reason why we use Recluse is because Mountaintop. Mountaintop is also going away, and if you look at all the other special weapons for PvE that are in that first slot, they're not very good. We have a lot of weak shotguns, we have a lot of weak sniper rifles, other than something like Izanagi's. Izanagi's is like the only exception, but I think that Izanagi's will be a bad choice come September, at least when it first launches, just because we don't have any power weapons to replace Wendigo with yet. Again, we're kind of just waiting for September to see what we get. So, yeah. Izanagi's and Witherhold would be the only, or Witherhorde would be the only 2 weapons, special weapons in the first slot that would be worth. But so, anyways, in my opinion, I think Cold Front is still the best replacement for Recluse for now, because there's special weapons in the second slot that are significantly better, like Trophy Hunter, even the EP shotgun. What else? There's a couple other snipers. The Distant Terminus, I think, is also a really good PvE sniper. So yeah. So let me kind of just rambling on at this point, but let me wrap this video up in saying that, again, I don't think Death Adder is necessarily worth it. It is a fun 900 RPM sub. It's cool that it's solar, but overall I don't think it's that great. I definitely think it's overrated and overhyped. And there are plenty of other options. If you really, really, really want an energy weapon, there is one energy weapon that I highly recommend getting. That is the Reckless Oracle, and I'm going to do a video on this at a later date. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, and I will see you guys later. Peace.